Merry Christmas! Tomorrow's the big day. I heard Santa Claus got a BBL this year, so I hope you've got the XL chimney so he can squeeze those playful butt cheeks down there and deliver his special presents for you that you've been asking for. And I even heard from a reliable little helper of his that if you leave goof juice out instead of milk and cookies, old St. Nicholas will be extra happy and might leave you bonus presents. And what if I told you that jolly old son of a bitch done paid me a visit a little early before Christmas with a gift that just can't help but put a smile on my face? A douchebag prankster just got arrested and is facing a Class 6 felony. This is the gift we've all been asking for. 'Tis the season, and they always say it's better to give than to receive. And this one brain-dead idiot fucking turbo moron prankster decided to give random people in a Walmart grocery aisle poison. Yes, spraying food with bug spray. This guy's good. He's got talent. I'm sure I don't need to educate you that bug spray isn't a safe thing to be consuming. It's literally poison. You could get very ill if you had consumed any of the food that he had sprayed with this. I don't know how someone gets this stupid. I actually don't know how that's possible. You could be chewing on raw plutonium and I don't think it could rot your brain as much as clout does. Like, this guy, his whole Instagram page is nothing but, like, committing crimes for some internet updoots. I'll go over some of his other recent stinkers here in just a moment, but I have to focus on this for a little bit here because this is unbelievable. It seems like he got inspiration from the Tylenol murderer. You remember the Tylenol murders? Well, I'm guessing this degenerate must have viewed that guy as a prankster. I'm sure all of you know the Tylenol murders, but just in case, I'll drop a quick lore recap on it. Many moons ago, there was a villain who swapped out Tylenol capsules for cyanide and then put the bottles back on the shelf. Buyers bought them, obviously not knowing they'd been tampered with, took them, and some people died from it. This is that same DNA. He is actually just poisoning strangers. He is tampering with their food with literal poison. And that's the content. Pfft. Now, real quick, let's just set everything else aside here. Just throw it all into the shitter for a moment. Who watches these videos? Who is the audience? There is nothing to even be entertained by. Let's say he wasn't using poison. Let's say he walked up to the food and he sprayed it with cologne, or he sprayed it with fart spray, so it smells all yucky like ass. Well, there's still no video there. Like, what is there to even, like, kick your feet up at? He walks up, he sprays a little bit on it, he just spritzes it, and then he walks away. That's the whole video. What do you even get entertained by? Like, who watches it? I don't know. Like, how lobotomized could you possibly be? It is just the most boring turd burger garbage ever. Nothing is even happening in the video. Like, do you also throw your hands up when you're riding the escalator from the thrill of movement? Like, just watch some fucking jingling keys at that point. Holy Lord, it makes no sense. So even if he wasn't using poison, if he was just using anything else, it would still just be a trash video and a terrible prank. I don't understand who even watches this. Like, I can almost wrap my noodle around kids being entertained by douchebags harassing people in public because they'd look at that and be like, whoa, he's bad. He's being so naughty, holy shit. But this, and this guy's whole page, which has hundreds of thousands of followers, is just another level of incomprehensible, embarrassing hoopla. Like, it's painful. If you tried to train AI on this guy's pranks, the AI would probably kill itself because it wouldn't want to subject itself to more torture and being trained on these kind of pranks. Anyway, though, goofball's being charged with 3 different crimes: a Class 6 felony, introducing poison, and 2 misdemeanors, criminal damage and endangerment. From what I understand, he could face between 5 to 20 years from what I've read for this. I am hoping they don't play softball here. Like, there needs to be some kind of precedent set that you can't just fucking poison people for a prank. Like, come on. So what happened is he filmed himself grabbing a can of bug killer, which was Hot Shot Ultra Bed Bug and Flea Killer. Then he sprayed it on fruit, vegetables, and cooked chicken. He didn't pay for the chemical spray or the contaminated food, and then he left. Apparently he had posted the video and was shocked by the reaction that people had to it. They weren't too pleased with what he'd done. According to police, once he left, he began to see comments online saying how horrible the act was, and he decided to return and collect the items. What a saint. Now, before the charges were filed, apparently the fresh food was thrown away right after, and no one was poisoned, which is actually a miracle, because there was quite a bit of time that passed between him spraying the shit with poison and leaving the store. The defendant returned about 10 minutes after he sprayed the items and attempted to collect the items he had sprayed, placed them in a shopping cart, and wheeled them back to the rear of the store to try and prevent people from taking the contaminated items. Mind you, he would not have gone back in if people didn't tell him to. If people weren't telling him that he might potentially kill somebody with this, he would have never gone back in, and people would have taken those items none the wiser and probably gotten very, very sick because, well, surprise, ingesting poison's not that good for you. And 10 minutes is a good bit of time to have passed with those contaminated items on the shelves. I can ejaculate like 3 or 4 times in 10 minutes. It's reasonable to assume that within that time frame, someone might have come in and taken one of those items and gotten super sick from it. This guy has a fucking chug jug of idiot potion at his house, and he is drinking that every single evening. How can you be so dumb that you didn't recognize that spraying poison on food can hurt people? And how could you have possibly thought even your dumbest members of your audience would think that that was a good prank? So yeah, this isn't like a small whoopsie-daisy type thing. This is something that he really needs to face real repercussions for. There needs to be an example made out of someone that does shit like this. At some point, like, we have to come together and say enough is enough. Now TikTokers and Instagram losers are poisoning people for content. Like, there's gotta be a point where you're like, okay, we're not going to play softball. You're going to get the 5 to 10 years. Because that's what he's facing from what I've read. It's like a 5 to 10 year potential sentence. And he should absolutely get it. He should not be able to get off easy for this. Before showing you some more of his dog shit, I'd like to show you something that's probably going to make you even more furious at this guy. He admitted that he can earn between $6,000 to $10,000 a month for doing acts like these and posting them on social media. He is making substantially more money than most people working right now, just from going out there attempting to poison strangers or harassing workers or just harassing people going about their day-to-day life. I only learned about this douchebag from him being arrested, but even still, I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt on a few of these that they might be fake. But they're not. In this case, I thought what might have happened here is he filmed this random stranger putting his laundry in the washing machine, and then when he put the bacon and eggs into the clothes during the cycle, he actually didn't put it into that guy, the stranger's clothes, he put it into like his own clothes at one of a different washing machine. Which would still ruin the washing machine too, like that still would be destructive, but wouldn't be nearly as bad as just ruining this man's night, ruining his clothes at the laundromat. But what an imbecile I was for thinking that this guy might not be a gigantic asshole all of the time. His whole purpose is just making strangers' lives miserable for his content. He actually did just completely fuck this guy in the face, ruining his laundry, and you can confirm this because the guy comes in and puts his clothes in washing machine number 19, engages the cycle, and walks away. Then this douchebag comes over with the bacon and eggs, throws it into washing machine number 19, and re-engages the cycle. And you can see it right at the end that, yep, it's number 19 that he came in and just completely ruined. This is one of his shorter ones where he nearly performs a halo assassination here on this worker that's cleaning off a bench. So he jumps on him from the top turnbuckle here while he is cleaning and could have easily have broken this guy's arm. He was cleaning the table and then jumps on the area where he is still actively cleaning. If he had stretched his hand out even an inch further, he would have had his hand broken, finger broken, or arm broken.
doing a good job.
This is his bread and butter content. This is his favorite thing in the world. He loves fucking with fast food workers. He doesn't even treat them like human beings. He treats them as less than NPCs. The way he treats fast food workers is worse than how people treat civilians in Skyrim. This guy has so many videos jumping the counter, harassing the workers. He is at his happiest when fast food workers are at their most miserable because of him. Oh, it's his favorite thing in the world. He loves it. In fact, he needs it, really. Like a plant needs the sun. He photosynthesizes fast food workers' agony into his dopamine. He has so many videos being a complete insufferable asshole to fast food workers.
What's tacos at the egg roll? Hey!
A bathroom?
Bathroom 7287.
What can I get for you? On a burrito? I got you.
This guy super sucks. You get the idea. I don't need to keep showing you a montage of his degeneracy. I'm just hoping, with fingers crossed, he gets the book thrown at him, because he should. His most recent prank would literally have injured a lot of people in a big way. I don't know if it would have necessarily killed them, depending on the amount he sprayed, I guess, but it would have been very detrimental to the health of people that consumed his poisoned products that he made for his Instagram content. It's so trash, and he deserves to go to jail for a long time because of it. Also, this loser apparently describes himself as a supervillain, so he's really proud of what he does. Could there be anything more corny than to call yourself a supervillain? What a loser! What an absolute fucking dweeb! So yeah, I really wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. So yeah. You know that classic trope you'll see occasionally in TV shows where they have the character go to a therapist, the therapist will hold up ink blots and say, "How does this make you feel?" Well, I'm going to do that with you right now. Let's do this exercise together. I'm going to show you a picture, and I don't even need to ask how it makes you feel. I know exactly how this picture makes you feel. Disgusted. That right there, friends, is a picture of Jack No Sack Doherty. He's like this embarrassing cringe SCP that elicits a fight or flight response from everyone that looks at him, but no one ever chooses flight, they always choose fight, because everybody hates this guy and wants to fight him. I've made fun of him plenty of times. Everybody has. Mr. Rogers would bully Jack Doherty. He is just biologically engineered to be unlikable. From the decisions he makes, to the things that he does, to the way that he behaves, like everything about him is just yucky and makes people want to like lash out at him. Like it's actually impressive just how hard it is to find anything good about Jack Doherty. So I've covered him even recently where he crashed his McLaren and his friend was bleeding. He's like, "Oh man, like, can you start filming me? Oh, my McLaren." It's that guy. And I covered him previously when he would go around harassing people and then hiding behind his bodyguards when they tried to fight him for it. He is just a menace. And he's done plenty of other things too that I haven't bothered insulting him for, but I just can't resist the urge to insult him today as well, because now he's become so desperate after getting banned everywhere for all of the terrible shit that he does, that he's resorted to pump and dump crypto scamming the last remaining splinter of his audience. Any news on Jack Doherty? Yeah, he just did a rug pull today. Or last night. He got in on that pump.fun rug pull. He couldn't resist the forbidden fruit. It was, I think he deleted a lot of it. Well, let me pull it up. He's streaming on a super obscure site called Party 2. I just heard about Party. The reason I heard about it is because it apparently just launched recently and it's already filled with porn. I don't know if he streamed this. I don't think he streamed this on Party. I think this was on just straight up Twitter. Yeah.
Where's party?
It's already there. It's already on. And press.
Alright, you know. Going about to buy. Let's see. Anyone that gets it right, guys, I'm gonna be sending your soul to you guys. If you guys want some soul, I'm gonna be sending some soul to y'all.
It's crazy how I can click anywhere in this 23 minute stream, holy. And I thought I barely streamed. Oh my. But it's crazy how I can click anywhere in this 23-minute stream and just hit a place where he is scamming. Just a random spot. Yeah, here it is. He eventually buys McLaren. Because of his McLaren crash, he's leaning into it. So he keeps talking about buying the McLaren coin on Pump Fun. All that Solana. Oh boy. And eventually just in stream without saying anything. It doesn't even look like he made much money from the rug either. Like, if you just look at the graph, it doesn't seem like he even made off with it like any money. Was it that initial pump and dump? That's what I couldn't tell. I think so. Like, it must have been. I'm pretty sure his friends made it in the background, so he was stalling for time, which is what the Reddit speculates as well. But it just doesn't seem like he even made much from it. He's just that desperate. And also, very few people even bothered playing ball with it, but everyone who did deserved to get scammed. If you're putting money into a Jack Dorky fucking meme coin on pump.fun, you just shouldn't have access to your money. You need a guardian. You need someone that handles it for you and shuts down your bad ideas. If I needed money to pay bills, would it be okay to pump and dump, or is it illegal? That's the craziest. I don't know if you're memeing or not, but the craziest thing is the TikTok fucking broccoli hair 9-year-olds, like, all of them are getting fed pump and dumps. And a lot of them think that that's like a totally normal thing to do and not bad. It's not regulated, but it's not legal. It is still illegal. It's fraudulent. It's scamming. It is still illegal, but no one's going to get punished for it. But since it's not regulated, you're not going to see Jack Dorky get taken away in handcuffs. It's fucked because kids thinking it's a way of life. They should be worried about toys. Yeah, like the 13-year-old that rugged 3 times in a day for 50 grand. Oh, God. It's sad. It's actually sad. I'm sure he's going to do more of these, too. I just have a hunch he's going to keep doing this. Because it is like an infinite money glitch right now. It seems like everyone who makes a pump.fun coin is getting tons of suckers to immediately buy in, hoping that they're there early enough for when it graduates and they make like a fat bag off it. But it's just not going to happen. It is just not going to happen. You have better odds in the lottery. But I know there are a lot of people who have already made tons of money from it. Just like there's people that have made tons of money from the lottery. It's just not going to be you. Pump and dumping crypto is a moral good because it scams crypto bros. It's your civic duty and also funny. Wow. Checkmate, actually. I was going to try and like have an argument against you, but you're right. The only people on pump.fun are actually the people who deserve to get scammed. You're cooking. Wait a minute. You just fucking flambéed that. There's mathematically better odds at beating a pump and dump than winning lotto casinos. I think you do have like slightly higher odds, but you have to also calculate that everyone on pump.fun is scamming. Like they are rug pulls. So you are not in on when that's coming. So you still have to get absurdly lucky, which is why it's still like statistically very unlikely that anyone that's outside of the scammer's ring makes money off of the pump.fun rugs. Why can't they just keep the coin going and take a bit out here and there instead of rug pulling? I feel like it's long-term more profitable. Scamming seems so dumb. That was so innocent. That was like a kid asking, why do people do bad things? The reason you rug it is because there is no long-term with a pump.fun shitcoin. It is designed to be rugged. They don't have a use. It's there to pump and then take your money out so people are left holding the bag. You can't take little bits and pieces out because then you risk not being the benefactor. It is actually, from a design perspective, there to fail, and you calculate the fail. It's so degenerate. Is Jack gonna get jumped soon? I doubt it, man. Anyone that bought into the pump.fun probably had their parents' permission to do it. If they wanted to jump Jack, they'd have to talk to their dad to have him drive over there. Otherwise, they have to roll up on the green machine. They claim Pump prevents rugs by making sure all created tokens are safe. Each coin on Pump is a fair launch with no pre-sale and no long... Yeah, I saw. That's just to cover their own ass legally. Pump.fun is making so much money, they're going to be in the crosshairs of, like, regulators or investigators or something down the line. So they're just doing all they can to, like, legally cover themselves, but the site is literally made for rug pulls. That's the whole point. It's going to give birth to a whole new generation of highly skilled and experienced scammers. Nope. No, it is not. Like that 13-year-old with the huge rug pull the other day for Quant. He didn't do anything, like, technically impressive. On the site, on pump.fun, I don't want to pull up the site. The site is so fucking degenerate. But on the site, there's something that just says start coin. You click start coin, and you can just make your shit token. He didn't do anything besides just click make coin using whatever fucking protocol is native there. I have no idea. Launched it, and then just streamed, and then people started putting money into it, and he said, thanks for the 20 bandos, left. And then came back with, I'm sorry, thanks for the 10 bandos, left. Then came back for Lucy, another 10 bandos, idiots, and then left. The experience he gained is that people are fucking idiots. That was the experience he gained from it. He's not highly skilled. Crazy to think Quant Kid probably made 50K from scamming and probably still believes in Santa. Yeah, he's gonna try and buy one of the reindeer from Santa's sleigh. Not satisfied with just one pump and dump on his audience, Jack Dorky did it again. Like King Neptune, he said, that was so good I want to try it a second time. So he apparently did another stream on Twitter where he rugged another coin. I can't find that broadcast, so I only have this screenshot to go off of, but you can still see the tweets that he was posting about it before going live. So he clearly was doing a meme coin stream, then deleted some of the tweets, and in the comment section you can see people being very upset that he rugged them again. The shitcoin this time around for Jack was hated. The lore being people hate Jack for good reason. So he immediately rugged it as soon as he could, speedrunning financial crimes with a goofy smile on his face that not even his mother could love. And now, as an act of revenge, the people that got rugged are now driving the price of hated up really high. Same play that we saw from the playbook when that 13-year-old rugged people with Quant, and then after he was out, they drove the market cap through the goddamn roof. They fucking blasted that Insano style in order for the kid to feel bad because he made 30K when he could have made $1 million if he held. Though he would have never made $1 million because if he didn't rug them, it would have never had that market cap because people wouldn't have done that. It's a secondary scam. So what happened is people got rugged, then they start putting in more and more money to give the appearance like, hey, we need to get revenge, so we're going to drive this up. So then they drive it up in order to get some people to buy in, so that way the people that got rugged can get the fuck out without taking as much of a loss on it. So that's what they're trying again here with Jack Dorky's meme coin. I can't believe people bought into his first shit coin with McLaren, let alone the second time. This is the exact same thing that just happened on the same site with the exact same formula here a couple days ago with Quant. And people are still falling victim to it. And Jack is going to keep doing this. Jack is probably going to do this every single day. And unfortunately, I think it's going to work every single time because for some reason, people keep thinking that they are the galaxy brain. They are the one who knocks. Yeah, it's a rug pull. We know Jack's going to rug it, but I'm going to be there when he does to capitalize off all the idiots, all the sheep that don't see between the lines like I do. Wake the fuck up, moron. Everybody knows that. Everyone's doing that same thing, which is why you keep getting rugged. That's the whole purpose of this. Like, it's going to keep happening. The only person that wins, well, two people, Jack and Pump.fun. Pump.fun's making 20 million plus a month off of this degeneracy. And Jack is able to just keep farming imbeciles, absolute buffoons, It actually blows my mind how willing people are to just get scammed. Blatantly scammed, laughed at in their face, and keep coming back for more. It's nuts. So, I expect Jack to be doing this every day until the fucking authorities show up and take him away in handcuffs, if that day ever comes. He is literally streaming himself committing financial crimes. But because it's in the crypto sector, it's not something they actively pursue all that hard. But maybe they will at some point, and he'll face the piper then. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yeah. A 5-year sentence is a joke. I mean, 5 years is no joke, but he's also not done getting all of his charges. So, 5 years is the appetizer. I see you've looked at a little bit on the case, but not enough. Okay, Johnny Somali, he's that nuisance streamer that I've covered for quite a while. He's the guy that does, like, the world tour of getting his ass beaten. So he goes to a different place pretty frequently, and when he's there, he does his absolute best to harass people, break laws, and just be, like, the most insufferable piece of shit imaginable. And it usually ends with his face on the floor or his face in somebody's asshole. And he's been doing this for a while. He got arrested in Japan, but they gave him a slap on the wrist. He lied to them, left the country, started shit-talking them. He's been everywhere. But what's most important is, he went to Korea, and he started doing the same shit. Well, Koreans, they didn't take it lightly. They even had like a UAV on this guy where they tracked him in order to find him so they could continue to beat his ass so he would not know a minute of peace. It was beautiful. It was an amazing thing. And he got charged with some very serious stuff. And he just went to his first trial today. And it went really, really bad for him. So, according to Atozy, who went there, and not just Atozy, there's others that are there, kind of just to like see how it all goes and also just relish in the justice that he's finally about to be faced with. According to Atozy, he showed up dreadfully hungover because I guess last night he went live doing shots for donations and he got super fucking plastered and, like, I don't know, puking his brains out or something. Then he went to trial, was extremely late, and he went there with a huge smile on his face, got hit with very serious charges carrying many years of prison time, and then the reality swept in. And then there was no smiles left. And this isn't even all of his charges. Today was only some of his charges, and he's already looking at least 5 to 10. He pled guilty as well. So it's not looking really good for the Wonder Boy, Johnny Somali. Oh, another thing is, he was wearing a hat, and many times he was told to take it off. He would take off the hat and then put it back on and get told to do it, like, take it off again. So he was just being extremely disrespectful in the court, apparently. So everything that could go wrong did go wrong. He couldn't even pretend to be likable for a court appearance. He also didn't have a suit, so he had to borrow a suit that was like 12 sizes too big. It's comical. It's like me wearing my 6'5" dad's suit. He said this is basically what he looked like in that suit. Has he come to America? No, he's still in Korea facing trial for all of his crimes. It's going to be many years before he comes back to America, it's looking like, thank God. He's most likely going to end up locked away in a foreign prison with an entire country that hates him. If he thought the ass-beating global tour was bad before, wait until he gets it in a slammer. Holy. Everyone in Korea hates him. And yeah, here's Legal Mindset where he was giving his perspective on it. He was also in the Atozy stream as well. He pled guilty to obstruction of business and 2 counts of violating the Minor Crimes Act, which, according to Legal Mindset, is basically like the equivalent of misdemeanors over there. But they take it very seriously, so even with just these, which seem like, they don't seem like crazy charges that someone would be, you know, fucking thrown into the gulag for, but he's still facing 5 to 10 years for it. For just these that he pled guilty to. And he still has more on the way. Oh yeah, he had no idea about the additional obstruction of business charge which was filed against him. That's the one he's going back for in April. His lawyer also didn't know. Oh, and here we go. Looks like they have the footage of when he was streaming hours before being supposed to show up to court and then being really
Johnny
late.
Somali live on party. Yo, there we
Look at how happy he is just moments before faced with many years in jail. Oh my God, Johnny! Hey, Johnny!
Live on Party, locking in with Party.com. We got the deal in the works, man. Shout out the creator. Shout out B.
Hey, shout out! That deal is gonna go through, no doubt, Johnny. Those party streams in prison with making Pruno in the toilets is gonna be ballistic, no doubt, brother. You will never see him without a black eye. He's gonna be constantly just bruised and bloody, like, hey, back on Party. Really enjoying myself.
Be a better me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna make sure that we can make some fire-ass content here while I'm still in Korea.
Hey, why are you still in Korea, Johnny? What's going on? I thought you were leaving a while ago. What are you still there for? What's going on, man? Why can't you leave?
Is live tomorrow, and I will be live streaming the trial. I will be live streaming before, during, and after, exclusively here on Party.
Hey, how'd that go, Johnny? How'd that stream go? I bet it was fucking amazing, huh?
Me, a bunch of motherfuckers that without me, I'm gonna be fully suited and booted out with a MAGA hat. I'm gonna have the full suit on.
The suit that he borrowed from, like, the nearest clown store. It was way too big. I don't remember how tall he is. I think he's actually shorter than me. So that shit he must have borrowed from, like, anywhere else that's not fit for, like, toddler clothing. He looked like an absolute fool.
And I'm gonna continue to go live here.
Oh, they didn't even get the part where he started throwing up and puking and getting super hungover before going to trial really late. Oh, here we go, here we go.
I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight.
He's ready for trial. Let's go, Johnny. So cool. What a guy.
God damn, I just threw up everywhere. I just threw up everywhere. That's how you know I'm not scamming. I'm not scamming. That's how you know I'm not scamming.
Oh, what a fucking hero. I can't believe his first day in court didn't go well. It's so weird. He was prepped perfectly. Yeah, here it is. So just the obstruction of business can carry a maximum penalty of 5 years in jail. It's possible he ends up being sentenced to 10 years behind bars, depending on how the trial plays out. And again, that's not all the charges yet. That's just the current charges that he was facing today. Pled guilty to. Oh, it's so good. He's also been accused of violating anti-terrorism laws, threatening to sexually assault female streamers, drug use, AI deepfakes, violating Railroad Act, even spreading North Korean propaganda. He's not facing any of these, to my knowledge, yet. Korea has a 90% conviction rate, don't they? Here, you know what? He explains it better than I ever could. But, yes, kind of. Here.
Yeah, they were pretty shocked.
Oh, okay. So that was a separate charge. Was that the charge that he was showing? And
the new obstruction.
Oh, the newest obstruction charge. Okay, yeah. So there's another charge as well that's coming against him about the deepfake stuff that he accidentally leaked on his stream last night.
Nice.
As we've been covering, I mean, he's been playing his cards in the worst way possible the whole time, from start to finish.
You just don't understand his strategy. You see, Johnny Somali's 10 steps ahead of us. He's the drunken master.
And last night, I guess he decided to get drunk at 3 in the morning, go live, and show up extremely late to court because of that. And on his live stream, he was doing, like, I guess, getting paid to do shots, and he ended up showing a new charge that hadn't been leaked to the public yet.
So that charge was actually it's the police case that the police have given over to the prosecutor. So it means that they're going to prosecute it. It's going to trial. Yeah.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
And that's exactly what Johnny Somali wants them to think. He's got them eating out of the palm of his hands. He just needs to go get his ass beat a couple more times. It's going to reset his noodle, and he's going to once again, it's going to be like taking the Limitless pill. Johnny Somali unlocks 100% of his brain when he's suffering from CTE from all the people in the world that continuously use him as a punching bag. So you just wait for him, sober up, he'll go outside, annoy somebody, they'll beat his ass per usual, And then we're going to see him at maximum capability. My God, he's going to be the smartest man on the planet. It can't just be for clout and money, right? Like, it has to be a mental illness or a humiliation kink. Humiliation kink only goes so far. Usually, if humiliation kink doesn't result with you doing things that'll send you to jail for fucking 10 years, that's not a humiliation kink. And it's not even masochism either, because he gets really mad when he gets hurt. He starts crying. Like, actually crying. So I don't know what it is. I think it's just actual delusion. I mean, it definitely is a mental illness. 100% is a mental illness. I just don't exactly know what kind. It's like terminal clout obsession. I couldn't tell you. It's fascinating, though. It is so interesting. He doesn't even get much attention on his streams, though. That's the thing. He doesn't... The interesting thing about Johnny Somali is he is such, like, a fringe case of, like, what I usually talk about, where no matter who you are, you'll have supporters. Johnny Somali doesn't even have that. He has people that love to watch him get his ass beat. He has, like, he doesn't have anyone that actually likes him. He has people that watch him just waiting for him to get hurt. And they entice him and they, like, push him towards it. Like, donating for shots before trial. They just enable him to be a fucking disaster until he eventually ends up dead. And it's not even, like, hate watchers, because it's, like, really fun for them to watch him destroy his life. It's a crazy... I can't even call it a community, because he doesn't have a community. He just has people that sit around, and they'll, like, shoot spitballs at him, but with a dollar bill attached. It's so fascinating. He's just a lol cow? Yeah, but it goes above a lol cow. Like, he's... I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like an... He's like a visual novel lol cow where you get to choose the outcome. Because most of the shit he does, it's the chat, like, enticing him to do it, convincing him it's a good idea. So they are, like, actively guiding him down the path of being the ultimate fucking destructive loser that's going to get thrown in jail or dead. So, like, they get to guide him. Like, they're taking him down the Telltale game, you know, tree for the bad ending. Kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure. Yeah, it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure. Never heard of this guy. I have no doubt you don't know Johnny Somali's name, but you know his work. You probably just don't recognize him with his eyes open. Usually he's concussed on the ground after getting beaten on stream. I'm confident you've seen his many highlights of just getting pummeled in public. He is internationally hated. He is. He is internationally hated. He is like a unifying force across the planet. Just this scourge that when he enters your country, everyone's united looking for him so they can beat him up. Like, I wasn't kidding. In Korea, they actually set up like a UAV is the wrong word. And geoguesser is definitely not the right way of describing it. But they set up something so they could track him, tell each other, so they could go and attack him. Because he is just that hated. He is that bad of a person. He is that much of a menace. Who are his role models, man? I don't know, a Wobbuffet with the amount of times he just gets hit? I couldn't tell you. I don't know who his role models are. I don't even know if he knows who his role models are. All he does is just look for ways of getting himself hurt. Wouldn't you feel like a failure if you were a parent who spawned this? I've said this before and I still maintain it. I think there's only so much parenting can do. Sometimes, like in Johnny Somali's case, I'm sure maybe his parents weren't great. I have no idea. Maybe they were amazing. But there are only some things that you can control. You can't control your son getting hard addicted to clout online to the point where he's willing to throw his whole life away for a couple of donations, right? Like, you can't... What are you as a parent going to do about that? Like, he's a grown-ass man. They can't just, like, walk into his room and unplug the Ethernet cable, right? Like, there are just some things that you as a parent don't have control over. I don't know his parents. I have to imagine they are probably fucking livid. They probably are so sad about this. Because it's gotta suck, man. You raise a human being for 18 years, ends up like Johnny Somali. Fucking rough. Oh, another thing worth mentioning. He is always the one to instigate it. He's usually the ones to make the threats. And then he starts actually crying when they beat his ass for it.
이 새끼 내병변 장애 있나 봐.
There it is. Oh yeah. I see how you censored it. So you can see the start. He came at him with like the fucking flying front kick, and then Johnny's like running away. It's so good. Then they chase him down. Up 2, but he's most likely going to get 1 to 5. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a little too optimistic, but I really think there's a chance Korea just does not play games with this. The charges are bad already, but even aside from that, he is just so openly disrespectful, not only to the public, but to the court system as well. He showed up over an hour late, hungover. He kept putting on his hat when he was told repeatedly not to. Like, I feel like they're not gonna go easy on him. It's, again, maybe I'm just, you know, huffing the hopium, but I just have a feeling. That would be the best thing they could do, because that would finally maybe start to be a deterrent to these IRL nuisance streamers. I don't think there is a loser more degenerate, more pathetic than Johnny Somali. His lore is sadder than the ending to Marley and Me, and it's entirely by his own doing, and his insatiable appetite to be famous. Like, his clout obsession has created a terminal illness that has led him down this path that will most likely see him behind bars. And I say most likely, even though from everything I've read it is guaranteed he is going to jail for his new charge that he is now facing. It seems there's no wiggle room for him to squeak his way out of this one. His newest charge carries a mandatory prison sentence of up to 7 years in the slammer. It also happens to be like his 150th charge that he's currently facing in Korea right now. It's because every time he goes live, he asks for $5 donations to commit a new crime. So he is constantly just getting more. We're going to dive into this new charge in just a moment, but I just want to make a strong argument that Johnny Somali is the most pitiful soul that has ever entered the streaming space, period. He is the GOAT of cringe in streaming. He has one goal in life, one purpose, and he's not shy about it. All he wants is to be famous and rich through streaming. He is neither. He is only famous to people that like lolcows and love to make fun of him and throw, you know, tomatoes at him and cover all of his degeneracy. His own community doesn't actually like him. They just really like the idea that they get to control this man's life and send it down the shitter. It's like when you're playing Sims and you tell your Sim to put their hand on a hot stove and it like catches them on fire. That's what his community does. They'll put like $5 donation there in order for him to break a law so they can watch him get arrested and ruin his life, or have him harass someone in public so that way he'll get his ass beat and they get to laugh at it. So that's his whole legacy. He's also not rich from it. He doesn't make much money through streaming. He makes just enough to survive and also travel to more places for the global ass-beating world tour that he goes on. But the people who cover him, like all of the streamers and YouTubers that make videos about him, they make thousands of dollars. He is actually a golden loot box. He is leading people to a treasure he himself cannot possess. It's almost poetic. He has thrown his whole life away, willingly just sacrificing his freedom for nothing. But it has helped all the people that make fun of him. He provides them with basically an endless source of content, endless source of revenue, because who doesn't want to tune in to the pathetic story of this wild specimen of degeneracy, while he himself gets nothing. He doesn't even get morsels, crumbs, nothing. No attention, no money from it. It's unbelievable. You cannot write someone more pathetic than Johnny Somali. But anyway, let's go over his most recent charge here. Yep, he's guaranteed prison time. That's the good news. It's big, very big. I tried to refrain from diving too deep into it on my own so we could learn together on stream. But this is for the AI deepfakes he was making. This is the mandatory prison sentence, which I recall people were saying would likely be the case because of how seriously they take it. The controversial American live streamer notorious for his brazen antics and public disruptions is guaranteed to face prison time in South Korea. A fifth and most severe charge violating the country's Special Act on Sexual Violence Crimes has obliterated any remaining hope for leniency. The days of online infamy are over. For Somali, the virtual stage that once gave him global attention has been replaced by the harsh reality of legal consequences. They make it sound like he was actually popular. He never has been. The only people who know about him are people like me who follow lolcows. Almost nobody, as like a stream watcher, a viewer, will have ever heard of his name. He never even got global attention. The attention he got was the locals of the countries he would visit beating his ass because he would constantly be disrespecting them and making a huge scene every time he went out. This is kind of just going over a lot of what we've already gone over. Here we go. This goes more into the deepfakes. Prosecutors revealed that Somali is now facing charges violating the South Korea Special Act on Sexual Violence Crimes. The charges stem from an AI-generated deepfake video that depicted popular Korean streamer Bong Bong in fabricated intimate scenes with Somali. That's something we talked about as well, and a lot of people mention that they take that shit very, very seriously, and that seems to be the case. Under South Korean law, the creation, distribution, or possession of non-consensual AI-generated explicit content is classified as sexual crime. Woof! Legal experts have confirmed that this offense carries a mandatory prison sentence up to 7 years. Unlike the previous charges, which allowed for financial penalties, this particular crime eliminates the possibility of a mere fine. This is not simply an issue of digital mischief, explained a legal analyst, Legal Mindset. This is a serious sexual offense, and South Korea's court will treat it as such. When deepfakes are weaponized to humiliate or defame, the legal system responds with severe consequences. What a fucking W. Oh, what a W. And again, another thing to make big mention of, this is one charge. Keep in mind, he has also pled guilty to other charges carrying a minimum of 5 to 10 years. But this one is a guaranteed prison sentence up to 7 years. I guess we don't know exactly how long it'll be. And he still has more charges to come. He just got new charges when he got arrested on stream the other day. So he is still collecting these puppies like the Infinity Stones. When it's all said and done, this guy actually could end up with like 30, 35 years in the slammer. All for like a crumb. A tiny tiddlywink of internet attention. It's unbelievable. It's a bold statement, but I'm gonna make it. I think he is probably the most degenerate lolcow. At least in terms of like the consequences he's facing for being the lolcow, you know what I mean? Chris Chan is inarguably the GOAT of lolcows. No one will ever beat that. But not even Chris Chan received punishment to this level that Johnny Somali is. He's also going to get tried as a repeat offender with all the recent stuff too. I keep seeing that, but I don't know if that's confirmed. It sounds reasonable, like that sounds right. South Korea has cemented its reputation as a global leader in combating digital sex crimes. The country's strict laws were forfeited following a series of high-profile cases involving sexually explicit deepfakes and online harassment. In 2024, lawmakers passed legislation criminalizing the possession and viewing of non-consensual deepfake content. The penalties are unyielding. Offenders face up to 3 years in prison or fines reaching 30 million won, or 22.6k. Distributing or profiting from such content carries even harsher consequences, with sentences up to 7 years behind bars, which is what Johnny Somali's facing. South Korean society, still healing from past cases of cyber exploitation, has shown little patience for perpetrators like Somali. That is an understatement. They beat his ass every single time he goes live. They literally had a UAV online where they'd track him, follow him, and beat him. Oh yeah, they were fucking spawn camping him. In one of his streams, I already showed the clip multiple times, but in one of his streams, he literally leaves his hotel, and while, like, right after he gets out of his hotel, he just gets his ass beat. This second, it's like GTA RP when you leave the hospital, but your ops are still waiting. It was so good. And this is just going over what we already talked about when he went to court. He went to court beyond hungover and just being extremely disrespectful. He was over an hour late. Yeah, we already went over all that. Also, we're coming up on his next appearance in court. It's next week, I believe. What would this guy even do? Again, you're probably not familiar with his face because usually it's face down in some concrete after getting his ass beat. But he's an IRL streamer whose entire content was just breaking laws on stream for, like, donations and just being racist to everyone in every country he'd visit, trying to provoke them into a confrontation, and then he'd get his ass beat and cry about it. He did this in many places. Most notably before Korea was Japan. And that's just been his whole content. His viewers goad him into breaking more laws for their own entertainment, their own amusement, watching him throw away his life. And he does it with a big smile on his face, drinking himself into a coma every night on stream. It's fascinating. He doesn't stream on Kick. Kick doesn't even let him on there. He streams on Party. And even Party fucking banned him. I think they took the ban back, like he's allowed to stream again, but even Party, which I didn't even know they had ban features over there, they banned him for a little bit. I just had a couple of friends send me a clip where Jack Doherty just crashed his McLaren on stream while reading chat or maybe texting on his phone, and I just cannot fight the urge to make fun of this goober again. Insulting Jack Doherty is a God-given right, and I would be a fool to deny that. I can't resist. It's like trying to hold in a sneeze. I just have to let it out. I have to clown on Jack Dorky. The most punchable face on the planet here belongs to our protagonist, Jack. He is right now driving his McLaren, and his cameraman is doing a great job for the insurance company here, showcasing that he is not doing his due diligence of being a safe driver. So, the clip starts with him staring at his phone, staring a fucking hole through it. I'm pretty sure he's reading the chat, though it is possible he's reading texts or replying to texts. Either way, though, he is distracted driving, and it's about to be a disaster.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh, fuck, open the door, open your door. We're locked in here. Holy shit.
This is clearly a case of Jack Doherty not paying any attention, leading to his car hydroplaning. Now, I know hydroplaning can happen to even the best drivers, which Jack Doherty is not. He is looking at his phone numerous times. We have the cameraman who's filming this like Cloverfield, and actually did a really good job of like showing us the monster. Every time we see him, it's like he's been hypnotized by his phone. He's like in a trance. He's a zombie behind the wheel. He was never paying attention to the road, even though it's raining out. And then he had the chutzpah to step on the gas. You can like hear him accelerate. And he's barely even lucid right now because he's too distracted by his phone, and that leads to it hydroplaning.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael. Are you okay? Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. There's no fucking... Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
His friend is clearly injured, bleeding from his head. He is fucking leaking. And Jack Doherty doesn't give a shit. He hands him the phone to keep filming for stream and then tells him to film on an additional phone as well to get multiple angles, I guess. He was trying to make like a 360-degree video out of it. I have no clue. Michael, shake it off for a second. Look, I know you might have a concussion. I know you're bleeding all over the place. But you have to remember, we're in the middle of content right now. So I'm gonna need you to get your act together, rub some dirt in it, and double fist these phones and film me, okay? I'm the superstar here, and I'm gonna put on a little bit of a show here for the content, okay? And if you're not alright with it, you're fired. You can take a hike. You can scram buster, get out of town, okay? Like, if this was me, if I was Michael, that would show loud and clear, Jack doesn't give a fuck about me. This little vermin is not a friend at all. He's a little content ghoul, a little goblin. I knew Jack Doherty was pathetic, but I had no idea he was this pitiful that this is considered content to him. Like, how can you possibly have so little shame? You just totaled your car with video evidence of you staring at your phone for most of your driving. And this car, like, fucking exploded like Humpty Dumpty here. The way, you'll see his car fully in a moment, it looks like when you drive backwards in a NASCAR game in the early 2000s. Like, he did a number on it, completely totaled it. It is a miracle that neither one of them are in a coffin right now. And instead of doing the sensible thing of stopping the stream and getting medical care to your friend who clearly needs it, he instead doubles down and wants even more footage of it, even though he looks like the biggest fucking idiot on the planet for this. An unlovable, unlikable, irredeemable loser.
No. Oh my god. My car is totaled, bro. Oh my god, this is cooked.
I don't even think he cares. I think this guy is so far gone. He's such a sociopath, disconnected from reality. I actually think he's viewing this in his head as a positive thing. Like, oh, this is going to be a lot of views. This is actually going to be like really good for the brand. Like, it honestly seems like he's putting on a CW level acting performance. Oh, bro, this is cooked. No, it's busted. Once again, not even really asking his friend if he's okay at all. He asked him one question, asking if he was good, and that was it. Immediately handed him the phone to keep filming, and then asked him to film additional content as well with the other one. Like, this guy, I don't believe, has a soul left in his fucking body. And also, I would argue that this McLaren was totaled even before this accident because that paint job is a crime. That looks atrocious. It's like your grandma's polka dot wallpaper from the 70s. I don't know what that's even supposed to be. It looks like it was taken to a paintball tournament and used as cover. Maybe it was. Maybe that was the whole thing. But either way, that McLaren was living a sad life looking like that. And honestly, it might be for the best that it was put out of its misery. Because Jesus Christ, that is an awful, awful paint job on that vehicle. Definitely worth mentioning that he got banned for this. Kick actually banned him. I don't know if it's a permanent ban or not, but as of right now, his account is gone.
What's your name? My name is Jack. I was driving and then my tires just slipped and I lost control and then landed here. I was all the way on the left side and I just went there and then I don't know what happened. I just lost control and next thing you know I'm just going here. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no shit you don't know what happened because you weren't looking. You were buried on your phone, brother. This is probably the most honest thing I've ever heard pop out of this douchebag's mouth, and it's entirely accidental. Like, he is being honest. He doesn't know what happened. He didn't have his eyes on the fucking road at all. Though I do think it would be very important information to share with this officer, the video footage. I think they'd really like to take a peek at that, Jack. You love to promote your streams and everything. Why not let the officer take a peek at what happened right before the accident? I'm sure that would be really interesting in helping them figure out how this mysterious crash could have possibly taken place. This whole time, he still hasn't really checked on his friend at all, who is still bleeding profusely. And it's not until more authorities get there, as well as, like, medical personnel, that he even pretends to care, like, comes over and gives him a hug. But outside of that, he doesn't really care about Michael. And if that was me, I would 100% be suing Jack for that. He's made it clear as the fucking patches on my face where my beard doesn't grow that he does not care that I am injured and it's his fault. All he cares about is me filming him. So, fuck him. I would 100% be opening a case against Jack. There is video evidence of him texting and driving or reading chat while driving, just being distracted and causing this crash that has now injured me. So, I'd be coming for a little piece of that pie, because he is a piece of shit. I don't think Michael will do that, and I don't even know if it would be like a slam dunk case if he tried, but this would absolutely be where the friendship would stop, if that was me in this case. That shit is just so foul.
They want me to be back. They don't want me to be here.
For some reason that not even science can explain, Jack Doherty takes this as an opportunity to bust out the pepperonis here and get his shirt off. I don't understand why he likes to be shirtless so much when he has a body that's built like a bag of milk. I thought for like a split second maybe the medical personnel asked him to do that so they could check him for like abrasions or anything like that. But I don't think they did, because he did that like in the middle of a conversation with the authorities. And he does get into like the back of an ambulance to get examined, but from what I can hear and what I can tell, they never asked him to take his shirt off. Plus, they probably would have done that in the ambulance as opposed to just on the road. But I don't know for sure. Most of the time, Jack Doherty does have his shirt off for some reason, and not even totaling his McLaren and splitting his friend's face open is enough to stop him from doing that. That shirt's coming off, come hell or high water, it doesn't matter. And man, we are all the worse off for it. Like, Jesus Christ. Overall, though, it is very lucky that everyone else on the road was safe from Jack Doherty's negligent wrath here behind the wheel of the McLaren. He didn't hit any other vehicles from what I can see, and it's also very lucky that neither him nor his friend died from this. So, all things considered, he got very lucky with this crash, because it could have been a lot worse. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for him. I doubt it. I don't think he has the capability of actually learning and growing and evolving, but we'll see. That's about it. See ya. Boy howdy do I have some amazing news for you today. If you haven't been keeping up with the sad, pathetic tale of Johnny Somali, let me fill you in on the lore. I made a couple videos on him. Pretty much everyone on the internet has shot spitballs at him. He is probably the biggest loser and like the biggest communal urinal that people take turns peeing on. He's a nuisance streamer who travels around the world just getting his ass beat. He is literally like a piñata that gets delivered to different countries for the citizens to beat up and take some anger out on. Because he's a racist asshole who does his best to disrupt society and make everyone's lives around him miserable. So it's justified that people just beat his ass because he is just this miasma of cringe and just a general piece of shit. And he's so proud of it too. This is his Boy Scout badge of honor. He openly gloats about it.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, nigga gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money.
For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking sociopath.
You're not a sociopath. You're a dweeb. You're an embarrassing little weirdo. You're a tiny little rat that your community feeds some cheese to in order to enable you to keep entertaining them through getting your ass beat because you are a gluttonous knuckle sandwich magnet. I like that jelking Johnny tries to pretend that it's a little harder than it is, like, well, I'm just kind of a sociopath. You know, pumping out his chest, yeah, I do it all for money and clout. Because I'm a sociopath. No, you are not. You are a nerd. You are a pitiful dork who probably has third-degree burns up his butt crack because of all of the wedgies the rest of the world gives you every day. He's doing this in South Korea right now, or at least he was until he got arrested, where he is now facing up to 10 years in prison. This happened in Japan too, where ultimately he didn't get the book thrown at him. They kind of just slapped him on the wrist, gave him a little pat on the bottom, and then sent him on his way to get his ass beat in another country. But South Korea, things have been going a little bit differently for Johnny Somali because he is getting fucking spawn camped there. The South Koreans hate him. So anytime they see him, it's on sight. They are throwing hands, and it has been just such a joy to watch him just get fucking clocked every time he fires up a stream. He's like a Wobbuffet from Pokemon. He just keeps getting like slapped around but keeps coming back. But each time, unlike a Wobbuffet, he's taking more and more damage. So as his streams have progressed in South Korea, he's wearing more and more medical bandages because he has so many injuries. He's like Johnny from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like, next time I see him on stream, I'll probably have like a fucking neck brace and like 2 casts on his arms. That's if he ever streams again, if he doesn't face the 10 years in prison. But before diving more into that, I'd like to just show you a highlight reel, a montage of my favorite moments of Johnny Somali just getting brutalized.
소만이 어디가? Yes, sir. 어디 가냐고? You guys following the crazy? Look at you. 어디가? 어디가? What you mean? 어디가? 어디가? What is 어디가? Yo, please.
Unfortunately, I had to cut out the satisfying clobbering that Johnny Somali received here. However, I can show you the aftermath. First, credit where credit is due. The beatdown was administered by this guy right here, who went on to say that the reason he did it is because of how disrespectful Johnny Somali is to all of South Korean culture. He is being extremely racist throughout all of South Korea, and people hate him there for it. For good reason. It's very clear why so many people in South Korea have been beating his ass when you see what he's been doing there for the last, I don't even know how long he's been there. But Johnny has been so bad there that he is being investigated by the government. He can't leave South Korea and will be facing potentially 10 years in prison with all of the new stuff that they have been looking into. This is the aftermath of Johnny Somali getting rocked, very unsteady on his feet, wobbling around, looking like he's ready to receive a Mortal Kombat fatality. Normally, I'm not one to celebrate a sucker punch, but in this case, that is probably the holiest, most justified sucker punch ever delivered. Like, that is just what the doctor ordered in this case. Johnny Somali is not a fighter, so anytime something happens, he runs away like it's, you know, Tom and Jerry, and usually he doesn't get very far because he's also not athletic, so he still gets an ass beating, just more like across like a block as opposed to in one location. So I'll show you another one of those in a moment. But I do think there is a case where Johnny Somali might be trying to collect fists like Infinity Stones, like it's somehow going to make him stronger. Or maybe it's like that classic shit you see in anime where a character consumes poison in order to build up an immunity to it over time. Johnny's doing that with punches. He's trying to get punched so many times that he becomes immune to them in the future.
씨발 내병변 장애 있어.
Not the fat off your face.
이 새끼 내병변 장애 있나 봐.
What's up?
Once again, I had to cut out the impact as well as the ensuing fight. Not with Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali, whenever he gets into a confrontation, he goes like fetal position, but this guy 1v3'd Johnny and his friends. So after he stormed Johnny and gave him like a fucking flying kick, Johnny of course sprints away, and then he's not fast or anything, so he easily gets taken down further up the road. They throw him to the ground. He continues to get fed his desserts here. And then one of Johnny's friends also starts just getting manhandled by this guy. And it's just a beautiful 1v3 where Johnny and his friends just get blasted. It's so good. And one thing that's just a classic Johnny Somali move is he likes to pretend he is the victim when that happens, even though he is the instigator. So before this clip happened, it was Johnny threatening them. Like, people don't like Johnny, so they'll go, of course, like, tell him, get the fuck out, stop being racist and all of that. And Johnny will usually just keep trying to elevate confrontation in order to, you know, stir the pot and hope that something like this happens. And then when it does, he's like, oh, this is ridiculous. I've got it all on camera. It's so pathetic.
Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck.
Our Korean niggas is weak as
Swing on the whole, I was waiting for him to swing on Johnny. I was waiting, bro. I was waiting for him to
We're ready,
do it.
Reddit, Twitter, come.
I wanted to stop on this.
Hank is here tonight. We're not scared.
Go to Johnny's favorite.
Oh, another beautiful one. You can see him like charging that punch up coming. He's giving him that why I oughta right before delivering the punch. And then his friend, who was talking a big game about, I was waiting for them to swing, just sits there and goes, literally pogs out on him. It's so good. Also, like I said, Johnny and his friends did get 1v3'd. Not in this instance. This was a totally separate ass beating. There's just been so many. They did get 1v3'd. So the guy that was waiting for someone to swing did get someone to swing. Didn't go so well. It did not work out super well for him, I don't believe. Anyway, though, those are like the main clips of Johnny getting attacked, and they're just such a joy to watch. I don't know how that doesn't put a smile on your face, seeing an absolute insufferable douchebag, actually evil person getting beat up for it. Who doesn't love that? That's some happy stuff. Now let's talk about him potentially facing 10 years in prison. Now, what kicked things off in a big way was Johnny doing his classic degeneracy, getting kicked off a subway, causing a scene in a convenience store, also just antagonizing people around him, not mentioned here, but that's most of what his content is, and then sparked big outrage by kissing the Statue of Peace, which is a monument to victims of sexual slavery. He did more than that as well. Also, that doesn't really encompass what he was doing. It was beyond disrespectful what Johnny was doing throughout South Korea, and eventually that led to many South Koreans wanting to just take matters into their own hands. There was even a bounty put up on him for information so they could find him and keep beating his ass, which had me giggling really hard when I learned about that. They actually had like a 3-kill streak UAV online so they could keep tracking Johnny and keep giving him wet willies and beating him up. So then he eventually got investigated by South Korean parliament, and that restricted him from leaving the country because he's now facing charges of assault and narcotics use. Apparently, South Korea is very strict when it comes to drug use, so possession or use of illegal drugs can result in a sentence of up to 10 years in jail or a $72,000 fine. Meanwhile, the assault can carry a maximum penalty of 2 years and a $3,000 fine. And this is just a little tidbit that Dexerto threw in at the end here. Should the case go to trial, this would be his second time in court in an Asian country. After his trial in Japan, Somali admitted to lying to the judge, claiming he wasn't making any money streaming and was filming documentaries. I can only hope that South Korea will not be as lenient as Japan was with this absolute worm. He flexed, openly bragging about how he got let off easy in Japan. And his lying. It's actually crazy. I hope South Korea plays some hardball with him here and doesn't give him an inch. He is going to keep doing this across the globe. He's not going to stop. Do the world a favor. Lock him the fuck up. Please, Jesus. I mean, it's for his own safety, really. Like, it really is in the best interest of Johnny Somali to be in jail. Because anytime he's out of jail, all he does is just keep getting pummeled into the ground. So anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So, yeah. I don't like attempted murder. I said it. go ahead, dry your tears. I'm not taking it back. I'm not going to censor myself. I don't care whose feathers get ruffled by that take. I don't like attempted murderers. And by extension, I don't like successful murderers either. But today I saw a video of some pranksters, I think. I don't even know. Just some downright losers who treated attempted murder as content. One guy, Mr. Olympiad, a giant chair, like a really heavy chair, and then threw it off the 3rd floor of a mall where it plummeted 3 stories down, nearly hitting bystanders at the bottom. Which, if it did hit them, absolutely would have killed them.
Go, yalla. Yalla. There's no way this guy's doing it. Allah.
That sound that the cameraman makes is the exact sound Bart makes when Homer strangles him. That is just one of the worst sounds I've ever heard a human being make. It sounds like he's being waterboarded in honey, like really thick, and he's just gargling it up. The caption saying, "No way bro almost killed someone, nah," with the crying laughing emojis is just diabolical. It's just evil. I'm sure their reaction would have been exactly the same if that did go down there and just fucking blow somebody up. If someone did die from that, I'm sure the caption would have just been tweaked a little bit like, "Bro just killed somebody, what a menace," laughing crying emoji. It's to this point where people like this that grow up with social media convincing them that everyone around them's an NPC to exploit and use for content, it just makes them believe that everyone around them's just not even real. Like, they're not even human beings. So if someone died there, shit, that's just more content for them. It's really scary.
Cody. Oh, no, Cody. What the hell is this? Come on. No way I did that.
That's where it stops. He is in disbelief he did that, nearly killing people for this stunt. It's not a stunt. He just grabbed a heavy object and threw it over the railing at the mall. What the fuck? This happened at Westfield Stratford, and from what I've read, police are investigating it. But I'm at the point where I just have no faith in authorities to ever actually punish people that do this shit harshly. Like, pranksters get to run rampant, like, just being a complete nuisance, hurting people, harassing people, in this case, nearly fucking killing people. And it's just to the point that I really think we need to be a lot harder on it, because that 100% should be attempted murder. Look at how close it was to hitting the people down below there. That's like dropping a fucking anvil out of a cartoon on somebody, but it's real life. That is just going to flatten them. If they survive, it would be a miracle, and they would 100% be suffering from permanent debilitating injuries, most likely some kind of paralysis. But the most likely outcome is they would have died if that hit them, and it was very close to hitting them. It immediately reminded me of those people that were throwing rocks over the interstate and ended up killing people from it. So I looked into it because I never remembered the aftermath. Well, in both cases where someone was murdered by the rock throwing over the interstate, they got off pretty easy. Like, there was a little bit of jail time, but everyone involved in those rock-throwing interstate murders, they're all free now. I think that sucks. Like, I understand they were kids doing that, but kids know how dangerous that is. Part of the game was causing damage to the vehicles. They just didn't expect someone to die from it. Like, they know how dangerous that is. So the excuse of, oh, they're kids, they don't know any better, just doesn't fly. Because they obviously know. That was like the whole point of the game, is causing damage and pain. Like, why is that not more harshly punished? And they attempted to try them as adults, but it got overturned. I'm not here to get into the nitty-gritty of those cases, but the point is, why are we not harder on shit like this? In this video, we just saw them nearly kill people, and they recognize that, and to them, it's just a big joke. People's lives don't mean anything to them. It's just a laughing matter to them. Like, it's not Looney Tunes. It's not like a piano falling on somebody's head in Looney Tunes where you see stars and you have piano key teeth. They almost just killed people. Like, I really hope that this investigation that they're conducting to find them results in a very serious sentencing. Big update as I was making this video. 15 minutes ago this was published, stating that 2 teenagers have been arrested after a viral video showed a chair being launched from a 3rd floor balcony at Stratford Westfield, narrowly missing shoppers on Saturday. Police said a 14-year-old and 16-year-old boy were arrested on suspicion of criminal damage after a heavy seat was thrown from the shopping center's 3rd floor. That's good they've been arrested, and now it's time to actually make an example out of this. You might remember a year or so ago, actually I don't remember how long it's been now, there was a prankster who was terrorizing the UK, breaking into houses, attacking people, jumping on people, threatening people, stealing people's dogs. And that prankster got arrested like 5 times, and every single time they just let him go. No slap on the wrist, no real consequences at all, and that prankster was well aware of it, even just openly mocking authorities for how light they were on everything he was doing. Eventually, they actually did give him, I think it was an 18-week prison sentence, and when he finished that, guess what? He stopped doing it. I just checked on him a moment ago, just going through his Instagram, and it seems like he has actually turned his life around, and he is trying to be better. He's just now celebrating his ability to drive a car, saying no more breaking into people's houses. So it looks like, and who would imagine, if you actually punish people for really shitty behavior like this, it helps not only everyone around them, but the person themselves. So in this case, I know they're kids, but they knew that this could kill people, and they didn't care. This should be treated with the severity that it warrants. It was risking innocent people's lives. So there is no benefit to just taking it easy on them because, oh, they didn't know any better. They did. They absolutely did. They even say that they did, recognizing that people could have died. So I think it stands to reason that this should be something they take very, very seriously. Not just a slap on a wrist. Not just a $200 fine because you hurt that chair and, well, there was a little damage to the floor. And don't do it again while shaking your finger at them. None of that shit. I really think this should be a time to make an example. Like, no more of this, we're going to crack down on it. Because, as has been shown, if you let them just keep getting away with doing shit like this that jeopardizes the safety of others, they're going to keep doing it because it's big on social media. By just letting pranksters fucking steamroll you and letting them just go hog wild, it's bad for everybody. I really think that Mizzy, that's the prankster I referenced earlier, is a great example for how, when you do actually finally give repercussions for this kind of shit, it's a beautiful deterrent that stops others from trying to emulate it, and it also helps that person to recognize how unacceptable it is, and they become better for it. So I know I've been yapping about this for a while, but it's just so fucking frustrating to see the dangerous kind of shit that continues to just escalate, it seems. So, they arrested them. Good. Now, don't just let it be a nothing burger. This needs to be a time to set an example that this kind of shit is not okay. Yes, it was extremely lucky and fortunate no one died in this, but who's to say that it won't lead to a death the next time they do some unhinged shit like this? So, yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah. If human beings continue to evolve for the next billion years, I'm confident that we will never see a specimen more pathetic than Johnny Somali. It's almost impressive how unlikable he is. He is a miracle of everything going wrong in a human being. He is the apotheosis of cringe. And he's just been arrested again in Korea. While he is already actively facing charges, some of which he's already pled guilty to, that carry 5 to 10 years in Korean prison, he is still going on stream and doing his best to get more charges added on top of it, even just basically saying that his whole goal is to just keep getting arrested on stream, and he does it all for $5 donations. But I think the money isn't the driving factor for him. He does it for the love of the sport, just to continue to get arrested and humiliated. That is Johnny Somali's purpose in life. He is a punching bag who goes on a global tour of getting his ass beaten by all of the citizens of the countries he starts streaming in, and now in Korea, his goal is to get his ass beat in Korean prison for the next 10 or so years, it seems. He is going on stream with the sole purpose of doing illegal things to keep getting arrested in Korea. It's fascinating. He treats crimes like Pokemon cards and he wants to collect them all. He is doing everything he can to break as many laws as he can while he is still in the middle of all of the other charges he was facing before this. It's intriguing. Huge Johnny Somali update. I just watched the Atozi video on it. He just got arrested again in Korea, but they let him go. I am so glued to the Johnny Somali case. He is a fascinating lolcow. And while I've been optimistic that Korea is going to actually just skullfuck him with all of the charges he is gathering, like he is gathering them like the Dragon Balls right now. And right now all of our wishes are trying to be granted with like a long prison stay. But in the meantime, while he's still in these active cases, he gets to go home in Korea and stream. So his content has become people giving him $5 for him to go get himself arrested. So he continues to just keep adding more and more and more and more and more charges to it. So last night, here, I'll just play some of the Atozi video.
Prank called the police, then said if he got enough donations, he was going to run out and get arrested on the street. And that's exactly what happened.
It's so beautiful. For $5, this guy will run out and get himself arrested while he is currently facing other charges that are carrying a minimum, or between 5 to 10 years, without all of the other charges he's getting on top of it. I don't know how he still is able to do this. I don't get it. Of course, I'm not a Korean judge. In fact, I'm not even a Korean. But how in the world can this guy, who is making a mockery out of not only the legal system, but the entire area, still be able to keep doing this? He's doing it on purpose too, and he knows that. It just blows my mind. He is actively still fighting the... Well, not even fighting, he pled guilty to charges that are carrying many years of jail time.
Right now, I swear to God, look at the upstairs. I'm calling the cops right now on the watch. I'm calling the cops right now.
Oh, he's so bad. He's so naughty.
So he wanted
no, don't do that, Johnny. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Then someone donated $5, and that's exactly what he did.
Let me see the bread. Oh! Hey, listen, are you police? Are you police?
Yeah, police.
Police?
Yes.
You know my name? My name is Johnny Somali.
Johnny Somali?
Are you song for police?
Police emergency call 112. Do you need help in police?
Korean emergency 112?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Accident, I'm sorry.
What? That's the whole prank call for $5. Oh, he does it a few times though.
Right hello. Hello. You know me, Johnny Somali.
Yeah.
Johnny Somali?
Somalia?
Johnny Somali.
It's crazy what he'll do for $5. I actually believe you could pay him $10, not only to suck your dick, but like actually suck a fart out of your butt. He will do anything for just like a couple of dollars. Like $5. Think about that. There is so little you can the purchasing power of $5 is less than like spit. You can't even buy a full fast food meal for $5 anymore. And yet he's willing to get more charges on top of his charges that he has already pled guilty to for that. If you gave him $100, he would probably throw himself in front of a train if you asked him to. The man is just another level of degenerate.
Oh no, we're going to jail.
I guess that last comment right there was for seeing something.
Call the police. Call the police. Oh, shit.
So he just walks around annoying as many people as he can find. Then he does like a little dance here. Where's his dance? Here it is.
Let's go, Korea! Korea #1! Yeah!
What an unfortunate build. Nobody chooses this body type in video games. That is so rough. So he goes around, does this for a while. Eventually, the cops show up and they arrest him.
We live, shoutoutparty.com. Come, I'll give you my passport. Come.
He looks like a Titan. He actually does look like that Titan that runs around like this.
Relax.
Go on, take a video.
This is not what you want the judge.
So he gets arrested, but they let him go. Again. I don't get it. So I'm starting to lose faith that Korea's actually going to lock him away for any length of time. I think maybe, and this could be cope, they're letting him continue to do these things so that he gets more charges, so they have more grounds to lock him away for longer than the 10 years he's already facing. But even then, I just don't think that's a great strategy. He is actively doing this on purpose to rub it in the Korean government's face. Why let him continue that? He doesn't get detained or anything. How much do you think he makes per stream? No Way Party has ads, so it's all donations. My prediction is maybe $100 a stream. So I skimmed through his stream a little bit. He makes less than $100, at least of all the content I've seen. Because keep in mind, every prank call he does here is $5. And he only did, I think it was three or four prank calls to the police. And then he ran around half naked, looking like an absolute abomination. An amorphous blob. So like, that's not a lot. He gets $20 for that. How can he afford to keep doing this shit? Isn't travel expensive? Well, he can't leave. He literally cannot leave Korea right now because he is a criminal. And he is facing a lot of charges. He, again, just to refresh your memory, he has already pled guilty to charges that carry 5 to 10 years in jail. So he can't leave the country, but he's also not in jail right now, so he just gets to go home, drink himself to death on stream, and then get himself arrested time and time again. 5 USD is 73.38 Korean won. USD worth more in Korea, so it might actually work out for him. I guess, until he actually goes to jail, which he's coming to terms with now. Like, he himself is starting to be... Like, this is like when you're a child and you first start gaining sentience, right? Like, you're just sitting there with, like, a fucking chicken tender in your hand, and then one day it kicks in and, like, oh, I'm thinking. Like, I'm conscious. That's happening to him, that he's realizing he's not going to have freedom again. But yeah, that's the Johnny Somali update. I am glued to it. And I gotta be honest. The plot twists have me starting to question if he's even actually going to go to jail. The fact they just let him go during all of this is crazy to me. They might deport him instead of paying to jail him. And that would be the saddest ending if they do just deport him like everywhere else has. Like, I don't know why no one will just step up and actually punish him. I don't get it. I really don't. It's so fucking frustrating. I'm praying Korea is the heroes we need when it comes to Johnny Somali.